Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly. We start off the show with some exciting news from Richmond. Chesapeake is now home to the best teacher in the entire state. That's right, Daphne Tamara Folson, a second grade teacher here at Portlock Primary, was named the 2022 Virginia Teacher of the Year. She was honored at the governor's executive mansion in Richmond last week, and she is now in the running to be the National Teacher of the Year, an honor we all know she deserves. Daphne is one of so many incredible teachers in the Chesapeake Public School system, and we thank every single one of them. But today in particular, we give a shout out to Daphne Folson, 2022 Virginia Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much for making Chesapeake so proud. Well, from teachers to administrators to school staff at all levels, those who work for the school system have had so many challenges thrown at them over the past couple of years. One of the latest has to do with all the supply chain issues that everyone's dealing with. It's hit Chesapeake Public Schools in one of the most important things that they do, which is provide students with food. Now, thankfully, the hardworking folks in the school nutrition office aren't letting anything keep them from feeding Chesapeake's kids.
The supply chain demand is truly stressed right now. And from day to day, the option or the consideration for a Costco run or perhaps a Sam's run is a real reality. The benefit of being centralized and having a central location such as we have here in Chesapeake is that we're able to store more products. In school divisions that do not have any storage spaces and they receive the deliveries at the back door, it's even more stressed. We are finding that we will place an order for a certain number of products to come in. For example, if we order 250 cases of pork barbecue, we might get 25. And our demand is for a larger number than that, so we have to make menu adjustments in our schools. We have a process where we communicate via email to our managers and lead workers, and they in turn make the adjustments in the schools in the menus that we offered on that particular day. Every student in America can receive breakfast and lunch at no cost this whole school year. We are truly on cutting edge of trying to find everything that we can to offer our students, and it's working. And we believe that parents now know that we are a major option with regard to providing meals to our students. And so what we're doing across our industry is we're meeting, we're innovating, we're creating ways to provide food to our children or meals to our students every single day, and it is a task. We never closed. From the date that the announcement was made, we never closed the entire time, and we haven't closed yet.
Now, on a more positive note, there are great things coming soon for both the schools and the city. The two entities are connected by way of the budget, but technically they do operate separately. Regardless, there is a spirit of partnership in many ways, something we're very proud of here in Chesapeake, and that will only continue now with the construction of the Joint City Schools Fleet Maintenance Satellite Facility. While construction started this past summer, the project officially broke ground last week.
So schools is going to move their whole transportation division up here on the second floor office space. Half of the garage is going to be for the bus maintenance. The other half is going to be for our predominantly garbage truck maintenance, because we don't have a facility to work on compressed natural gas vehicles inside right now. This will allow my techs to work out of the rain, snow, cold, heat, everything else, and they're looking forward to it immensely. Fleet basically takes care of all of the city vehicles. So we have about 1,500 vehicles, another 1,200 off-road construction, lawn and turf pieces of equipment. They all do about 1 million miles a month supporting the citizens in the city. So having a fleet facility to take care of them, to support the citizens, is really important.
The benefit for the schools is going to be huge. We have for many years had a shop that was much smaller than we needed for a fleet our size. When our shop was built, we had about 200 buses in our fleet many years ago. Our fleet has grown to 591 and our shop has not. So we are eager to get the additional maintenance space so that we can better serve our drivers and our community.
This project is a city-funded project, so you can learn all about it on the Public Works pages at cityofchesapeake.net. Well, not to be outdone, the Chesapeake Humane Society is also constructing a new facility. They're currently located in a small building on Battlefield Boulevard, just north of the Great Bridge, but they recently acquired a new building, and they're getting it ready to expand their already awesome services.
So the programs that we'll be offering out of this facility are an adoption program for cats, dogs, and small animals. Small animals are new to us, so we're really excited to be branching into them. And then we'll also be launching a crisis boarding program. And that program is really focused on temporary boarding for pets when their families are going through some kind of hardship. So we anticipate helping victims that are escaping domestic abuse, families that are displaced by house fires, and maybe people that are facing emergency medical procedures, and even service members in the military. So this facility was a mainstay. It was the Las Gaviatos Pet Hotel in Chesapeake for over 30 years, and it was donated to us at the end of 2020 last year. It was a dream for us to be able to acquire this facility and renovate it in the way that is going to best suit our needs.
The Chesapeake Humane Society is a nonprofit that relies on donations and volunteers, so you can learn how to help them help pets in our community at chesapeakehumane.org. The November general election is just weeks away, but there's an upcoming deadline you need to be aware of. If you want to vote by mail, which anyone can do, no excuse needed, you must apply for your ballot no later than October 22nd. So you can apply online through your portal on the Virginia Department of Elections website. That's elections.virginia.gov. You can also print an application from our website or pick one up at any library branch, and then you just return it to the Chesapeake Voter Registrar's office. That's located at 411 Cedar Road. So once the registrar processes your application, you'll receive your ballot in the mail. And once you've completed the ballot, you have to return it to the Chesapeake Voter Registrar's office or any of the satellite voting locations no later than 7 p.m. on Election Day. If you're returning your ballot by mail, it has to be postmarked on or before Election Day, and it must be received by the registrar by noon on Friday, November 5th. Stay up to date on all things elections by visiting cityofchesapeake.net/vote. Chesapeake Integrated Behavioral Health Care is looking to fill some positions. They're hosting a job fair and interviews for a licensed clinician on October 22nd from 10 to 2. Now, if you've already applied, you'll be scheduled for an interview. And you can also walk right in during that job fair to be interviewed on the spot. The job fair will take place at the CIBH building on Great Bridge Boulevard. You can learn more about this and other opportunities to work for the city at jobs.cityofchesapeake.net or call 547-9334. If you've lived in Chesapeake for any amount of time, you know that flooding is a real hazard, and that hazard is only growing. If this is a concern of yours, there's an upcoming public meeting that you may want to attend to learn more about the Virginia Coastal Resilience Master Plan. This plan is taking a look at flooding with the goal of aligning state efforts and assisting local governments in reducing flood risk through planning and implementing large-scale flood mitigation. But they need your input. The meeting will be held at Tidewater Community College on Cedar Road on October 28th from 5 to 7, but you can also join virtually via Zoom. We've posted a registration link and a link for more information on the city's homepage in the Spotlight section. National Drug Take-Back Day is coming up on Saturday, October 23rd. This is your opportunity to prevent pill abuse and theft by ridding your home of potentially dangerous, expired, unused, and unwanted prescription drugs in a safe and environmentally friendly way. The collection is free and anonymous, no questions asked. They can't take liquids or needles, but any sort of pills, capsules, or patches are welcome. Drop-off locations will be at the 3rd and 5th Police Precincts from 10 to 2. And remember that there's always a secure drop-off at police headquarters on Albemarle Drive. You can access that box during normal business hours. Now for the fun stuff, and there is so much fun stuff going on right now. First off, we're in the midst of Chesapeake Restaurant Week. Now through October 22nd, get out there and try some of the many awesome restaurants in Chesapeake. Participating restaurants will serve up multi-course meals anywhere from $10 to $55, and that's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a great chance to try a spot you've never been to before. You can find a whole list of participating restaurants at ChesapeakeRestaurantWeek.com. Now, while the city of Chesapeake is not quite 60 years old, what was once the city of South Norfolk is now 100 years old. To celebrate, the South Norfolk Women's Club is hosting a family day on October 23rd from 10 to 3 at Rosemont Christian Church. The highlight of that day will be a car show, but there will be tons of fun for everyone in the family, like a pie eating contest, food, and vendors. What better way to celebrate the centennial than with family, neighbors, and friends? The Halloween activities are really gearing up this weekend. The Chesapeake Fire Department is hosting Trunk or Treat at the Public Safety Office on Albemarle Drive this Saturday, October 23rd from 4 to 6. Give your little one a dry run at trick-or-treating, dress them up, and come on out. Now, if you're in the mood for something a little bit spookier, check out the historic Ghost Walk at Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterways History Museum. Docents will guide you on a walk through the wooded nature trail as they tell ghost stories from colonial life to the Dismal Swamp. The event takes place on October 23rd from 7 to 8 p.m. Tickets are $10 per person in advance and space is limited, so be sure to reserve your spot by calling 482-4480. And finally, what could be the most exciting event of the season, one I know so many of you are looking forward to? Chesapeake Recycles Day is back. On Saturday, November 6th from 9 to noon, bring your old electronics, sensitive documents, and household hazardous waste for proper disposal. Goodwill, SIPSA, Shred It, and TFC Recycling are partnering with the City of Chesapeake to collect a wide variety of items, including electronics, clothing, household items, household hazardous waste, and even sensitive documents. Learn more at cityofchesapeake.net/recyclesday. That's all we've got for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.